So there we were beneath the burning sky. Both had a reason to live, but so much more to die. Will fate decide who has to go? Oh,
Yeah, nice.
we both know pain, but we deal it too. Who's dealt more? Well, I leave that up to you.
Hi guys, welcome from the pouring rain of Sweden. We are with Fiskeguide Falkenberg in English. Out here on the water, we are in the beautiful nature. Have a look on this. We're here with Marcus and Kai, yes, it's a little bit difficult to pronounce. We are currently fishing and we will also do the interview while fishing. And now I will first give the word to you. Maybe introduce yourself to the watchers and maybe talk a little bit about the lake that we are on already also.
Absolutely. First of all, I will welcome you here.
Thank
to
you.
Beautiful but rainy Falkenberg. We're on the west coast of Falkenberg, and just 20 minutes outside the city we have this lake called Mossjön. Really nice lake, most for pike and perch fishing. There are also some sanders, but today we're targeting pikes and maybe some perch. It's about 2 square kilometers area. And it's divided up in 2 parts. One further up east, that's a bit more deep, and the western part is a bit more shallow and a lot of vegetations like we fish now. And you did the first good job to cut a pike here.
That was nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And I think actually that we get some more, because I think
I'll try.
Yeah, do so. Because we continue fishing now. I think the sequence was shown before already, that we had 2 bites already, which we missed, and then got one pike. As mentioned, the scenery is just beautiful. The fish are active. So what else can we wish more for?
So, my name is Marcus. I'm the part owner of the fishing guide company Fiskeguide in Falkenberg. This is my guide colleague Kai. And me and Kai, we do the predator fishing on our company, mostly lakes by boats. And my co-owner Jesper, who's not with us today, he's out guiding. He's a fly fisherman and guides for salmon and sea trout in our beautiful river Ätran. Fantastic river to fly fish for wild salmon. And we also have a long coastline with really good sea trout fishing. And we are we're 7 guides in our companies. Every guide is specialized for different things, and we have a lot of boats. This is one of our boats, like when the one we are in now, a Crestliner, fully equipped with everything from Garmin electronics, and really nice boat. And in this we can have up to 4 guests fishing, 2 in the back where we stand and 2 in the front. We have smaller boats that we can come into smaller lakes, like tiller boats, not like this with the steering wheel, but it's more open space. It's good if you want to do fly fishing or you just want to go into smaller lakes. And
That sounds really fun and great, and I was also really impressed because that's the first time, of course, we meet also today. 7 guides is pretty nice, and also, as you say, versatile. So you offer Baltic sea fishing, lake fishing, river fishing. I think for everyone watching, there's something as well that they are interested in. Maybe we will come also later on to the salmon and sea trout part. Maybe let's now stick a little bit to actually where we are. So what can I expect out of these waters? So we mentioned there's mostly perch and pike. However, also Xander, we mentioned the technique that you're using, the equipment. What does a guiding usually look like when I go with you on a lake? I think there are also other lakes than this one that you fish on?
In this area, just where we are now, we probably have more than 20 different lakes to choose from, depending on what the customers like, kind of different species and different types of fishing. So we can have a big variety to choose from. And today we're here, we can do a lot of different techniques in this lake. Right now we're fishing pretty shallow. Here is about 1.8 meters. In the deepest part there's over 20 meters deep. Steep edges where the fishes migrate and stand different types a year. So right now we're fishing different kind of lures. I have a rubber lure, a tail bait, like this. So we try different types.
That's really nice to know also, because I think we talked about trolling already when the camera was not on. What can a customer also, you say you're customer focused, so if a customer wants to do trolling, you'll probably do trolling. Then there's casting. Do you also do pelagic vertical fishing?
Yes, we do the most thing, and it can be like if the customer want to learn a new technique, for example trolling with dead bait for big predators, then you needed of course some different equipment, but also need a guide to teach you how to use it.
That's
and
true.
Where to fish and how you fish it. And we also do bank fishing. If you want to try dead bait static bank fishing. So we do a lot of things.
Basically you cover everything.
No, I won't say everything, but because we are so many and people, like the guides have fished for almost all their lives. They're specialists for something. So that's why we can choose. So we do of course a lot of straight courses for fly fishing mostly. But even guiding, when you want to learn, for example, how to cast with a multi-reel like this, if you're done with this, you want to try this, we can focus on how you can adjust this and how you do it.
Interesting. I think that's really nice, and that's also the nice part. You can train it here on really good waters. So with the best technique, so you can actually also not only know how to cast the reel then, but you'll probably also get a bite while doing that. Really nice. So talking about that, I also asked Kai before, comparison to the other lakes in southern Sweden where we were so far, the water was a little bit more murky. Here it's a little bit clearer. What about the colors that you usually use here for pike and perch, for example?
Of course it depends on the water color. It also depends on the weather. Now we have pretty dark, and then we go for darker lures. And when it's more sunny, we go for a little bit brighter lures. That's usually, but no rules without exceptions.
That's true.
So you have to try it out, see what's the bait for the day. But particularly in this lake, I like to have some green colors inside and some red in it. That's my favorite. You say this lake is, it's clear, but it's not that clear. We have this really clear lakes that are 60 meters deep, and the visibility is about 7 to 8 meters.
Wow, yeah.
So they are really clear water lakes.
So talking about that lake, for example, do you then often see also a pike like from really deep coming up because they can see the lure so good?
Of course, they see it, they can see it. They can stand on 10 meters deep and they can react when your bait splashed the surface and go up. But the thing is, they can be really tricky, because if they come too close, they see that it's an artificial bait. They come up and then they turn. So don't give them too much time. It's better to speed up so they do a reaction bite.
Okay. And these lakes, for example, you also fish with the live technique?
Of course, if the customers want, we can specific target individual fish, but otherwise we just use it more like a tool to see structures and like the kind like we're fishing now. We're drifting in 0.5 knots, just fishing traditionally, and the guides, as now Kai is guiding here, he points out in the direction that we have some vegetation on this side or some rocks, or if he sees a fish, of course we can try to catch that particular fish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really a big plus to have it. So I already mentioned that I did not do it that often, but it's really exciting to see the fish following. That really gives you the bump in the heart, kind of. Oh yeah, he's coming.
Come on, reel.
Yo, fish! Oh, nah, it's gone. Great, so we talked about the lake here, maybe which I was really fascinated by, which you mentioned right when we met today, that this is not owned by you, but rented, right?
Yes.
So you give out license for the lake, you have rental boats. Maybe tell the guys a little bit about that also.
Yes, as you said, we don't own the land here, but we lease the fishing rights for the whole lake. So we take care of everything here. We have 4 rental boats that you can rent on Fiskeguide. How do you say that?
Fiskeguide, yeah,
Fiskeguide.
that works.
Yeah, so and sell the fishing license and answer all the questions you have when you come here, and so that's what we do with this lake. And what we call that, we take care of the lake. You know, we do things for the fish here. We put in dead trees and things to help the spawning of the species. So yeah, we really take care of the lake. You know, one other thing, we also do mostly catch and release in this lake.
Yeah.
There is a small window that you can take out, for example, 2 perch and 2 pikes if you really want. Today most people do practice catch and release to still have a good fishing here. But if you want, you can take out 2 nice perch.
Okay.
Different size.
That's actually a really good mention, because I think a lot of guests coming here, they're also interested in eating the fish, because it's a really good water quality. The fish are all they
nice.
almost look perfect. Most of them, of course, not all. Yeah, a lot of guests when they come to a foreign country also want to eat their fish. So good to know that too. Talking about the salmon fishing in the river and the guides from your company that do that, are they mostly specified on fly fishing, or do they also do gear fishing?
They do both,
Okay.
but they're like casting instructors for fly fishing. So if you want to learn the technique of fly fishing, just like casting and starting up, they do courses for that.
Yeah.
And they do regular guidings, both on the coastline for sea trout and gar fishing, even mackerel.
Okay.
Really fun fly fishing where they're in close to shore, and they do guidings for salmon fishing. And we also have in put and take lakes for rainbow trout as well. Unfortunately, they're not here with us today because they're out guiding. So, but they're experts in that kind of fishing.
Yeah.
So they have done that for over 20 years. And we are certified guides in the Swedish Guide Association. I'm not sure exactly the name, but yeah.
So if you ever want to go salmon fishing, we have the right guy right here for you, who can assign the right guide to you and then go salmon fishing in a, probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess I won't be wrong, in the beautiful Swedish river.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The one thing that river is kind of unique even in Sweden, because the salmon is wild. It's completely wild salmon that goes all the circle. They go up in the river to spawn, and then they go out in the sea, feed up, and go back to their same spots to spawn again. in 2014 we got a lot of funding from government and EU and stuff like that to rebuild the whole thing.
Okay.
So now there is a free waterway all the way for the salmon, so they can go straight up without any obstructions to their spawning areas. And I will show you, there is a fantastic thing. There is a live webcam, so you can see every day how many salmons that goes up in the river.
Oh, the webcam is underwater.
It's underwater.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's great.
It's really cool.
How narrow or wide is the river, like on average?
It's probably around 100 meters wide at the widest, but when the webcam it narrows down, so they swim through, and it's really high-tech things. They do infrared pictures, they measure everything, get all the data, so you can see how much fish that goes up and comes down, what time, what kind, how many of different sizes and things like that. So we monitor the stock of salmon. We had a new chef where we catered the food. That was a really
right. You host events with a bigger number of people, where you do exactly what? Maybe you can give insight on that?
Yes, of course. We do bigger events. For example, if there's a group, a company, we're a larger group, we organize it with, even if they want to do boat fishing, we can have up to 7 boats. That we can go out. We can even organize with accommodation and food, stuff like that. And we can also do by the put and take lakes for rainbow trout if you want to do fly fishing, like some team building stuff that you live there. We have done that a lot of times, both with the national and international guests that come here and stay for a couple of nights. And yeah, that's also an option. If you're a larger group, we can organize that as well.
And also talking about the guiding in specific, you just mentioned you have sandwiches and coffee, so we are really well looked after. So that's probably while every guiding, right? So
Yes.
you bring some food and beverages?
Everything is included. You only bring the clothes for the current weather. We have all the equipment, and yeah, you will be taken care of during a guiding tour with us.
If I buy a license from you for this nice lake, is it even possible to fish from the shore? And if so, is there any advice you can give someone to go from the shore to Swedish lakes in general maybe, but this particular lake maybe?
In this particular lake, there's just a few spots there that's fishable from shore. And there you can see by the main road where you come with there is actually some good places where you can stand to fish, and there are some small edges around here where you can walk out and do some fishing. But as you see, it's pretty much wood forest all down, so it's not so many places, but there is a few spots that you can do, and of course you're allowed to do it. If you're a really good caster, maybe you can cast between 2 trees. So definitely you can fish from shore. This could be a better fish.
Going to my lure.
There. Perfect.
Right in front of his face.
Yeah, he's seen it. Show us how it's done.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Nice!
Good, Kai! Well done!
Really good.
It's a good fish.
Yeah, it's a good fish. Yeah, it's a nice
Not
fish.
that good, but
It's a decent fish.
Decent fish.
Well done. Woo! There's nice condition on this one as well.
Fishing Guide Falkenberg.
Yes. Woo! Woo!
What is this? Come on, lift it up.
So, now camera guy Finn also got his pike, so all guys on board got
Well
a pike.
done! Woohoo!
We finished a perfect day. Thank you very much, guys, and see you next time.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining our boat.
It was a pleasure.